Hi, 5th graders. Today we are talking about Lesson 6 of the 5th grade textbook, Joseph the Ruler.
George and Sarah are cousins. They are both in 5th grade and they love playing games outside. George likes soccer and Sarah likes dancing. They both love going to church every Sunday.
Good night, George. Good night, Sarah.
Grandpa, before we go to sleep, can you tell us a story?
I would love to tell you both the story. Have you heard of the story about Joseph, the son of Jacob?
No, we haven't. Can you tell us?
Of course I can. Joseph was Jacob's 11th son. Do you know what Joseph means?
Oh, I know. Joseph means to cause to increase.
That's right. The son of Jacob were all shepherds. Jacob's son knew that Jacob loved Joseph the most. That is why they all hated Joseph. One day, Joseph had a dream. In the dream that Joseph saw, he and his brothers were binding sheaves in the field, and the sheaf of Joseph stood upright. Then the brothers' sheaves bowed down to the sheaf of Joseph. What do you think this dream means?
This dream means that Joseph would prosper more than his brothers.
That's right. They would also have to depend more on Joseph. In another dream, Joseph dreamt that the sun, moon, and 11 stars bowed down to him.
Were his brothers jealous of these dreams?
Yes, they were all really jealous of Joseph, and they hated him. One day, Jacob sent Joseph to his brothers, who had gone to pasture the flock. When his brothers saw him, they conspired against Joseph. They took away his robe and threw him into the pit. They sold Joseph to Egyptian traders for 20 pieces of silver. Then, the brothers killed a goat and dipped Joseph's robe in that goat's blood.
It's so sad that his own brothers threw Joseph into a pit.
Why did they dip Joseph's robe in the goat blood?
His brothers did that so that they could trick Jacob. They didn't tell Jacob that they sold Joseph, but they told him that wild beasts attacked Joseph and killed him. Egyptian traders sold Joseph to Potiphar, the officer of Pharaoh. Potiphar entrusted Joseph with the charge of his house. Potiphar's wife tempted Joseph to sin, but Joseph instead followed the will of God. Potiphar's wife was so angry that he put Joseph in prison.
Was Joseph in prison for a long time?
Yes, Joseph was in prison for some time. When he was there, he interpreted the dreams of Pharaoh's cupbearer and baker, who were both in prison with Joseph. All of Joseph's interpretations of the dreams were true.
So was Joseph a dream interpreter?
Yes, Joseph could interpret correctly many dreams. Pharaoh also had 2 dreams. In his first dream, 7 thin and ugly cows ate the 7 fat and beautiful cows. In another dream, 7 thin ears of grain swallowed the 7 plump and beautiful ears of grain. Joseph was brought from the prison to interpret the Pharaoh's dreams.
Well, what did Joseph say about those dreams?
Joseph said that there will be 7 years of plenty all through the land of Egypt. After that, there will be 7 years of famine. The famine will be really severe.
Were Pharaoh and the people of Egypt scared?
Yes, they were scared in the beginning, but Pharaoh entrusted the responsibility of dealing with the famine to Joseph. Pharaoh appointed Joseph as the highest officer in the country. Joseph was prepared to deal with the long years of famine. During the first 7 years, when there was lots of food, Joseph collected plenty of grain during that time. When the years of famine started, people all over the country came to Joseph to buy grain. Do you both know anyone who came to Joseph for the grains?
Yeah, Joseph's brothers came to Egypt to get the grains.
That's right. When they went to Egypt, they did not recognize Joseph, but Joseph recognized his brothers. When the brothers came for the second time to get food, Joseph revealed himself to the brothers. With this incident, the dream that Joseph saw is now fulfilled. Jacob and all his sons set out to Egypt. Once Jacob realized that his son, Joseph, was there, they all settled in Egypt.
Were Jacob and his son surprised to see Joseph?
Of course they were surprised. Remember, Jacob thought that his son, Joseph, had died. When Joseph was 30 years old, he married Asenath. Joseph also had two sons, Manasseh and Ephraim. Joseph was 110 years old when he died.
Wow, I love that story, Grandpa.
I am so happy that you both liked it. What did you both learn from the story?
I learned that Joseph forgave his brothers even though they had much hatred and jealousy towards him.
I learned that God blessed Joseph abundantly because Joseph followed the will of God.
That's correct. God continued this revelation and love through Joseph. We should look towards Joseph as a role model.
Let's memorize today's Bible verse. Psalms chapter 119, verse 71. It is good for me that I was humbled, so that I might learn your statutes.
Joseph in Egypt, in his abundant grace. May he bless these, his servants, O Lord, have mercy on us. We shall learn the mortal remains of sin, just as Moses did, with Joseph and his remains, the saints shall intercede for us. So that on that day when God judges our actions justly, He may spare us from His anger.
In your providence, you made Joseph in Egypt the ruler and chief, and increased his successes and profits, and safeguarded him for all adversities. We remember during the service of the house blessing how God blessed Joseph particularly. By this prayer, we ask that God may bless us also like He blessed Joseph. Life witness. Joseph was dear to God. He pardoned his brothers who had maintained hatred and jealousy toward him, and showed his great love for them. The example of Joseph, who stood for truth and justice, is worth imitating. God blessed Joseph abundantly, since he lived in a pleasing manner before God. Let the life of Joseph be a model and encouragement to us. Let's do some questions. Who were the forefathers of Joseph? What was their occupation? Why did the brothers of Joseph hate him? What were the dreams of Joseph? What did they signify? How did Joseph reach Egypt? What was the dream of Pharaoh? How did Joseph interpret it? How did the Israelites come to Egypt? Activity: highlight the important events in the life of Joseph and write in a few words how the story of Joseph motivates you.
Okay, Sarah and George, good night and sweet dreams. We'll have another story next week.
Yay! Good night, Grandpa.